Hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Vaal Racing. It's our last Vaal Racecourse meeting of the year of 2024. There are only 7 races on the card, so note your bipot on your PA start. Race number 1 does appear to be a bit of a tricky card, not easy, but that's why we got Daryl Marie on the line. He'll take us through it and see how we can try and figure it all out. In the first race, Monday morning, make a note, Monday morning we're recording the show, and 10 Gimme Passion 5-2. 14 Warning Sound 3-1, and 1 Cherry on Baby 33-10. You can get number 7 Messalina 13-2, and then 12-1, and Better About the Balance. Okay, Daryl, how's it? Good morning. How things going? And it's bipot and PA time. Let's figure it out.
Morning, Clyde. Hope you're well. Opening leg of the bipot. I played the safe route, numbers 10 and 14. Let's touch on the third favorite currently, Cherry on Baby. I mean, she's extremely well bred, but I'm not a fan of that latest form line. Just ahead of her was a filly called Sunfire, who I don't believe's got the best form. And she ran unplaced in her next start. So I believe 10 and 14 are the right ones here. Now, if you open the book, you're going to say, why am I excluding number 7's chances, who finished ahead of them in their last encounter? But I must say, Messalina's well exposed. She's having her 18th start. Whereas number 10, Gimme Passion, was making her debut. And number 14, Warning Sound, was only having her second run. Now you can see that Gimme Passion finished slightly ahead of Warning Sound. However, Warning Sound came out slowly once again, like she did on debut. I'm hoping she can jump on terms, and I believe she can reverse that form. On paper, there's absolutely nothing separating the two of them. Now, Gimme Passion jumped from stallgate number 1 on debut, whereas now I believe she's got a better draw. So she is somewhat of a draw strike. Showed a lot of pace all on her own down the inside, and she's got a lot of scope for improvement. You can see she's a full sister to second base, so she's well related. I'm leaning to number 14 over the 10 for me.
Okay, thanks, Daryl. We got that. Bipods firstly, 10. And just by the way, that the rail is set at 0 up the outside. So note that. They'll come up the outside based on the configuration. There's the bipod, 10 and 14, 1, 2, 5, 5, 7, 8, 9, 3, 6, 9, banker 3, and 1, 4, 7, and 8. That's your bipod. The place accumulator, in the first leg, we're bankering the 14. They just got to run the first 3 by 1, 2, 5, by 5, 7, 8, 9. By 6 and 9, banker 3, by 1, 4, 7, 8, by 2, 7, 9. Race number 2 now, and let's move on to the pick sixes now and see what we're doing in this event. Where number 1, Elysian Bow, 18-10. Number 5, In Desire, 22-10. And 2, Tiger Storm, 28-10. And that's pretty much, Daryl, where the market draws the line. Top 3, they got 10-1 and Better the Balance.
I agree with the market. I don't think you have to look past the 3 of them. Now, let's touch on Tiger Storm. In his last start, he ran second behind Bourbon Reserve. There were only 5 horses in that race, and since then, the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th have all 3 have run, and all 3 have run unplaced. So that's a worry. However, Clyde, in his penultimate start behind Quasi Cat, he actually finished less than a length behind Espinoza. Right. And in that same race was Bus Stop in Hounslow, who finished behind him and has won 2 since then. Now, if we go to the favourites' latest form line beyond Hong Kong, in that race was Espinoza. And on a line through Espinoza he should have the beating of Elysium Bow and Endesio. However, we need to touch on Elysium Bow. You can see he's possibly at this stage best over 1,000 meters. So I won't read too much into indirect form lines. And Endesio, the filly, last time out they fitted her with a set of blinkers. And it was unlike her because they tried to get her some cover, and it didn't work out. So now the blinkers stay on. They didn't have a negative effect, otherwise they would have been removed. I've got a feeling they're going to allow her to bowl with the blinkers this time round. and we're going to see a much better effort on her behalf. We know that Hong Kong form line is extremely powerful and is a form line to follow. Green Sapphire franked that form. So yes, I believe the market are right in it's a 3-horse contest, but I'm expecting Endesio to put in a bold showing.
Okay, thanks for that summary. We've got a pick 6 up on your screen, everybody. The last pick 6 of 2024. Now we go to race 3 over the 14 up the straight, and 7 Xantha and 8 Ampersand are joint favourites. They both at 3-1. 3-1 the pair. 1 Biofarmer is trading at 7-2. 5 Bob's Your Uncle 4-1. 2 Wise Act is 15-2 with the 6 Fully Loaded, the same 15-2. And they are betting 14-1 and better about the balance. So Xantha and Ampersand, those two, Daryl, both carrying 52 kilos. They're lightweights in the race.
They are indeed. Let's touch on Wise Act. There's a form update. He ran behind Count Invicto. There were only 11 horses in that race, and he finished 10th, beaten 11 lengths. So for that reason, I've excluded him today or tomorrow at the Vaal. Bob's Your Uncle, number 5. Last time out of a 1,200, he didn't quite get to the front. It was a dismal effort on his behalf. He was well punted on that occasion. Back up the straight with Craig Zaki, a more experienced jockey than when he won up the straight, beating Roll with the punches. I think we're going to see improvement, Clyde. So I've included him. Also the 1,400. I think, at this stage of his career, maybe the 1,200 is on the a touch on the sharp side for him. Number 7, Xantha, the improving 3-year-old in the race. Not a bad effort in the Dingans whatsoever, because he was interfered with at the start. The Greatrix, the favourite, jumped outwards and interfered him, and thereafter it looked like he actually clipped Quid Pro Quo's heels for a stride. So I know he comes into this race slightly under sufferance, but in his penultimate start in a handicap, he was staying on starkly over 1,000 metres. So I like his chances. Number 8, Ampersand. He's had, I think, 2 runs for his new owners and finished close up on both of those occasions. We know that Passage of Power form line's working out well. He won again since then. Like you said, Clyde, 52 to shoulder. He's a 4-year-old carrying no weight, and he's never far off them. So he must go into the play. And my sneaker in the pack is number 9, Eiffel Tower. Have a look at his rating. Right down from a 96 to an 80. He's been showing pace over the 1,600 and the 1,700. He's dropping to a 1,400. He's only contested 1 race over 1,400 and he won. I'm a little bit worried about the inside draw for him, still get number 3. But you know what? He's a small son of Patala Palace, so maybe carrying a lower weight will be in his favour. I've got a sneaky suspicion he's going to run into the money. So it's a very competitive lineup. I could have gone more than 4 horses. I just hope I'll get through.
Okay, well, Eiffel Tower that you mentioned, 20-1. There's the jackpot. Time now to go round the bend. And number 9, Hats Queen, going over the 1,800, priced up 33-10 favourite. 6 Rani of Couture, 4-1 second choice. Number 3, Miss Caletta, 9-2. 7 Avo on Toast is back in town, 11-2. And number 10, 2-Step Queen, is priced up 13-2. 5 LMB, 15-2. 8 Flamboyant Flyer, 8-1. And then you can get 16-1 about number 2, I Am Regal, and 18-1 about the 4 Apache Fighter. Note that the 1 Little Mary Sunshine is not running here. All right, Daryl, take us through it.
Yeah, very disappointing Hats Queen last time out. We fancied her strongly. Punted off the boards, Clyde. Race time, they were taking 9-10. She opened 5-2. We had 2 bankers that day, Towers of Gold and Hats Queen. Unfortunately, she didn't get the job done. However, she is going to strip fitter. And have a look, coming back in trip to the 1,800. Maybe 2000's a bit of a stretch for her at this stage. I'm not saying she's not capable of winning over that distance, but let's see how she goes back in trip. Fitter, Jared Penny, he grabs with every opportunity he gets with both hands, and Storgate won, so a lot is in her favor. But have a look. Last time out, beyond Mount Etna, she was in receipt of 2.5 kilograms and was soundly beaten, receiving 2.5 kilograms. You have to have a look at Rani of Couture, because she competed against Mount Etna last time. Sorry, Clyde. Excuse me. And she gave Mount Etna on that occasion 1.5 kilos. So if you're using Mount Etna as the line horse, you're probably going to be favoring Rani of Couture over Hat's Queen. In saying that, I believe Hat's Queen's better than her last start. Now, Rani of Couture last time out was returning from a layoff, a good couple of months, I think close to 4.5 months off the track. And she was doing low flying at the finish. Gavin from Storgate number 2, I do believe he's just going to slot in behind a filly like Hat's Queen, get the run of the race, and she'll go very, very close to fighting out the finish. The 3-year-old in the race is Miss Galetta. Now, I liked her comeback effort over 1160 in a graduation. That was a nice effort over a distance short of her best. She's bred on her dam side to stay all day, and now she's been stepped up in trip over 1800, and she's having her peak run back in a handicap, or might I say, the first time in a handicap, making her handicap debut. She's got a new Storgate in Storgate 3. I think if you want to go past Rani of Couture and Hat's Queen, she's the obvious selection for back in third. So numbers 3, 6, and 9. Let's hope once again, Clyde, it's a fillies and mares handicap that we do survive.
Okay, thanks, Daryl. Well, this is the last jackpot opportunity. Let's get on. So we stay with the 18, and here's Mary Reid, who runs now. That's top of the boards at 33-10 for the Joe Soma stable. Striker Stratum is riding that. 4 sneak preview 9-2. 9 have a party 5-1, and 1 and with an E is at 11-2. You can get 8-1, I think, and better about the balance. Let's talk about Mary Reid, Daryl, the one top of the boards, and how much do you like her?
I love her. You need to watch her last starts behind Flamboyant Flyer, who's franked that form, right? She's come out and won again. And the third place filly was Play With Fire. She came out and ran second. Mary Reid on that occasion finished 5th. She was traveling on the rail. And the cutaway came. However, Chase made a split-second decision to come off the rail. And Flamboyant Flyer, Clyde, snuck through on her inside, got first run, and Mary Reid found herself in a pocket. If you watch the last 50 of that race, she took off. How she got beat, I don't know. So I'm of the opinion she is going to reverse the form with sneak preview. I think Mr. Soma and Pierre Stradom are going to take us into the new year on a high. I've bankered her in everything. I think she'll take all the beating. I do believe she'll reverse the form with sneak preview and confirm the form with the fillies that finished behind her in Free in Seattle and Party Punch. Go back to the 12th of October on the inside track. She's, I think, 4.5 kilograms for a 3-length beating behind Have a Party. Clyde, I'm of the opinion Mary Reid is above or ahead of her current rating, and I expect her to win. In her penultimate start, when she ran third behind I Am Regal, Muzi Yeni on that occasion was crawling up front, and she was the only filly to run on that occasion. She caught my eye, and the fact that she was unlucky in her last start, she deserves another victory. Banker number 3, Mary Reid, and worth a bet.
Okay, that will do. Mary Reid, as you can see, a straight up and out play of the day. Okay, let's have a look at race number 6 on the card, ladies and gents. See what we're doing here. Remember, there's only 7 races today, and the favourite in this particular race is top of the boards, that is. I'll confirm with you in a minute. Is Francillion. Nice horse. Lots of ability. Tops the boards, number 1, 3-1 favourite. 4, Blizzard Snow is at 3-1, and they joined 7-1 Party 7-2, and the 8, Take Your Place, is 5-1. You can get 6-1 about 3 Golden Aspen, 6 Midnight Fusion 8-1, 6 Raining Rubies 9 or 10s, and 2 Lucy in the Sky 12-1. All right, Daryl, let's talk about it. What chances you give these horses? I see St. John Gray's got Take Your Place here, and he's got Pacific Later running in the last race. What do you make of it?
Let's touch on those 2 form updates for both. Take Your Place ran second behind Nera, beaten a length and a quarter. And Pacific in the last race ran third behind In the Ether, beaten 3 parts of a length or 3/4 of a length. Now, fillies and mares handicap, very, very competitive. I think the race will be dominated by numbers 1, 4, 7, and 8. Suggested that trifecta box. I'm hoping we can show a slight profit because I do believe they are the right fillies. Francilian, back up the straight. In her penultimate start, she had the full claiming apprentice in the irons. Maybe at this stage, the 1200 is the right distance for her. But Craig gets aboard her once again, and I think she will improve on her latest encounter. I don't think that was her effort beyond Miss Leah, and I like the fact that she's back up the straight. So I think that's the right move for her. Then you've got Blizzard Snow. She's a nice filly this. Last time out in open company, she wasn't, she didn't disgrace herself over 1400. In her penultimate start over 1200, of the very same course and distance, she was soundly beaten on that occasion. But I don't think the race worked out well for her because the race was dominated up the inside and she was towards the outside off the pace. So I think in time to come, she's going to prove that she's better than an 82. If you like her chances, you have to respect number 6, Raining Rubies, who clearly holds her on that We Will Rock You form. But I don't like her effort last time out, and she was coughing, so I've excluded the 5-year-old mare's chances. One Party was in the very same race that Blizzard Snow competed. On paper, there's absolutely nothing separating the 2 of them, and you can see in her penultimate start, she beat Raining Ruby soundly. And then Take Your Place. She's done extremely well since exiting the maiden ranks. She's very consistent, drawn towards the outside, of a very competitive rating. Last time out, she was staying on all the way to the line when running second behind Nera. That was over 1,000 meters. The 1200 is ideal for her. So if we show her profits, a small profit with this trifecta box, I'll be pleased with that, Clyde.
Okay, thanks, Dale. That's race number 6, the trifecta box 1478. Hopefully you all had a good one. Thank you for supporting Betway's Weighted to Win in 2024. We wish you all a happy and prosperous new year.